dark night in a city that knows how to keep its secrets. But on the 12th floor of the Acme building, one man is still trying to find the answers to life's persistent questions. Guy Noir, Private Eye.
It was February, and we were having a warming trend in Minnesota, and people are taking off their ski masks and their scarves, and some of them you sort of wish they'd put them back on. Some people thrive on winter, and they get all rosy-cheeked and energetic and happy, and the rest of us look like we've been held hostage by demented criminals for weeks. I looked at myself in the mirror one morning, and I was shocked at how haggard and used up I look, and suddenly I could understand why those women I tried to make friendly conversation with looked at me with such horror, as if I were a space alien. I was talking to Jimmy at the 5 Spot about this just the other day.
Well, sir, as I understand it, Guy, they have these groups that you can join online, see?
I don't want to join some group online, Jimmy.
Yeah, groups like Mature Singles.
Oh, please.
Sure, they got another one. It's called The Last Chance Club.
Come on. Ay, ay, ay. I just need to find somebody. I'm a detective, Jimmy. I ought to be able to find somebody to share my life with, huh?
You got a life to share?
What do you mean talking about?
Well, I'm only asking. I mean,
I'd have a life if I had somebody to share it with. It's simple
but you
as that.
can't base your life on somebody else.
I don't know. I just need somebody to adore, just somebody to give myself to, somebody to make coffee for in the morning.
Yeah, I've tasted your coffee. It's terrible.
Okay, somebody I can go to a coffee shop with in the morning, somebody to share my newspaper with, somebody I can make laugh, somebody.
And who was that?
What do you mean?
You're talking about Sugar.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you're still carrying a torch for her, Guy. Come on, admit it.
No. Sugar found somebody else.
They broke up.
What? Her and the lawyer?
Yeah, he wanted her to sign a pre-dating agreement.
Oh, come on. She told me he was everything she was looking for.
She's just trying to make you jealous.
How do you know that?
I talked to her last night.
What?
Yeah, she's living in Sarasota with her mother. And she asked about you.
She did?
Yeah, she asked me...
What did she say?
Among other things, how you looked. She asked me that.
And?
Well, I told her you looked haggard and anguished. And, like you'd been in a hostage situation.
Sure, right.
Yeah. She asked me if you'd been seeing anyone.
Really?
Yeah. She's in love with you. Yeah, I know this. She's in love with you.
So I took a deep breath, and I called up Sugar on the phone, and I guess Jimmy was right.
Oh, Guy, you and me, we had it, and we just didn't know it. I mean, we were blind. I mean, we had happiness in our hip pockets, and instead of enjoying it, we just obsessed about a lot of little trivial things, like me giving you a hard time about being gone so much. I mean, of course you had to be gone a lot. I mean, that was your job. And I was critical about the books you read, and your music collection, and your clothes. Oh, Guy, I was a real witch. I've been kicking myself ever since.
Well, I'm no prize myself, Sugar. I mean, sitting around all dark and gloomy and brooding about all these things I have no control over anyway.
Yeah.
And having that, going out with the anthropologist, I mean, that was not a smart move either.
I just think we should try again, Guy, don't you?
What?
I mean, we learned something. Let's put it to good use, huh?
So she got a ticket to fly north, spend the weekend, and I got to work on my apartment, scrubbing the bathroom floor. Steel wool. I had to use a blowtorch on that bathtub to get that ring off it. I took out the recycling, got a ton of bottles, and then I vacuumed the place. I shampooed the rug, and I got a new sofa to replace the old one.
Where do you want this here? Put it over here.
Yeah, right there. And they threw the old sofa out the window onto their truck there. I bought a new flat-screen TV. I sprayed room freshener all around. I went to the wine store.
Monsieur, we have a very lovely calabacito pochou le pape. It's very dry, it's very insouciant, it's very, how shall I say, calabacito touchou magnifique.
You wouldn't happen to have something cheaper, would you? I mean, like a Wisconsin wine or...
Wisconsin?
Yes.
They make wines?
Yeah? Yes, of course they do.
What, from cheese? How do
No,
they do
no.
these?
From grapes. Listen, never mind. I'll have to go down the street here. Get another bottle someplace. I picked up salad ingredients. I did a sweep of my bookshelf. I pulled out all of the dumb, trashy books that I had there, and I threw away all of the trashy DVDs and put it in the car, took it to Goodwill, and I noticed the car was all caked, salt, dirt, and filthy, and I had half an hour before Sugar got there, so I headed for the car wash. And I pulled up, and I handed the car over to the car wash guy.
Okay, you want the deluxe or the concierge wash?
I'll have the concierge.
Okay, with the hot wax?
Yeah, right. Give me the works.
Okay, right.
Okay. And into the car wash it went. Into the rainbow foam bath. And the rollers scrubbed it. And then there was the spot-free rinse. And then I paid up.
Okay. Oh, by the way, your horn doesn't work.
What? My horn, it worked before.
Yeah, it doesn't work now.
Well, what happened?
I guess it just quit.
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
Oh, gosh. Thanks a lot. So I drove home without a horn. I pulled up across the street from the Shropshire Arms right on time, and there she was, Sugar. She was coming up the steps, and I went to open up the car door, and it was stuck. The doors were frozen shut. Sugar was there across the street on the doorstep. She was ringing the doorbell and looking up at my windows, which were all dark, and I leaned on the horn, and nothing. And now she was dialing her cell phone and calling my cell phone, which I'd left inside the apartment. I started banging on the windows there, and just then a big delivery truck came, and he double parked right there. Hey, come on, get out of there. Hey, you. And he couldn't hear me. I banged on the windows as he got the packages out, and then I noticed that he had an iPod in his ears. So I sat there while he delivered the packages, and when he got back and he pulled away, Sugar was gone. I headed for a self-service car wash, and I drove through, and when the hot water thawed out my windows, I rolled them down, even though it meant that I got soaked by the hot wax. And I headed home dripping with wax. I ran inside, I got my cell phone, and I called up Sugar.
Sorry, but your call cannot be completed at this time. The number you are trying to reach has blocked all calls from your phone. Please try calling someone else.
Well, what are you going to do? Life is a series of mistakes and wrong turns, and we wind up where we didn't intend to be, but you have to look on the bright side. At least I had a nice clean apartment, and I'd gotten rid of that old couch. I went down to Goodwill, and I bought back all my trashy books and trashy DVDs I'd given them, and here I am, back in business, I guess.
A dark night in a city that knows how to keep its secrets. But one man is still trying to find the answers to life's persistent questions. Guy Noir, Private Eye.
Tim Russell, Sue Scott, and Mr. Tom Keith.